So to better understand our filter types, I'm just going to walk you through them really quickly here in GarageBand. We looked at the last slide. Hopefully you looked at the pictures of them carefully to understand what's going on. But to open up our EQ, in case it's not already open, you click this settings little knob here. And then we're going to want to go to EQ right here. And we want to make sure that we are on track, not master. Master should not be blue, it should be track, okay? So we're gonna start with our low pass filter. And I'm gonna click all of these so that they're all turned off. We want everything to be gray except for the one we're actively looking at, okay? So right now they're all gray. I'm gonna turn on our low pass, and our low pass filter removes higher frequencies. I can click this little dot and I can drag it down. And you'll see that as I play this, here it is without any low pass. Here it is with the low pass on. So I'm removing high frequencies, higher sounds from that. And as I'm doing that, I'm ending up with something that sounds a little bit more muffled. As we go down the line, next we have a shelf filter. And so if I click it to turn it on, and now I get this purple band. And if I click the dot and I drag it up, I'm going to add higher frequencies above that point, okay? So again, in audio, remember that 0 is full volume as it's recorded. We can go above 0 into a positive number to add sound, add more volume. So right now I'm adding more volume in the high frequencies. I can see down here it says my frequency. Here's a number that you're going to need to remember later. And then it says my gain. In this case, it's a positive number, positive 15.8. I can also take it below 0 and remove higher frequencies. So let's hear that. Here's our sound adding higher frequencies. Sounds a little bit harsh and a little tinny, almost like an old radio or something like that. If I click and I lower below 0, again, I get this muffled sound because I'm removing higher frequencies, just like when I used our low pass filter. So far we've learned low pass, okay, which removes all the frequencies above a certain point. So in this case, my frequency is 780. I'm removing all the higher frequencies above 780. My shelf filter, I can remove or add frequencies above a certain point. And this is the high shelf, which means it's for higher frequencies. Then I have 4 that look the same, and these are a bell filter. So I'll just choose this one here. It's green. And I can raise this, and what it does is it kind of creates this mountain shape here. And I can raise all the frequencies above a certain point, or around a certain point up to it, or I can lower them. So again, the frequency I'm at in our spectrum is this number right here that says frequency. The gain, if it's a positive number, I'm adding frequencies, adding volume at that frequency. If it's a negative number, I'm removing them. And you can see that too, it's like a graph, right? This is like a little area where we have extra volume added. My Q also controls how steep the mountain is. The higher the Q, the steeper the mountain. The lower the Q, the shallower the mountain, okay? So high Q is something that's gonna look really steep. Low Q is something that's gonna look a little more shallow. All my bell filters are the same basic thing. We just have a lot of them so that we can use them multiple times. Then we've got a low shelf. So this is just like our high shelf. We can add frequencies below a certain point or remove frequencies below a certain point. Again, if this gain number is positive, we're adding frequencies. If the gain number is negative, over here, we're removing them. And last but not least, we have our high pass filter. This high pass filter removes all the frequencies below a certain point. So again, let's listen to that. That's normal. Here it is high passed. So again, it sounds a little thin or tinny because all the low frequencies are removed. I never played the bell filter for you. Let's listen to that. Here it is with a very low Q, so it's a really round mountain. You can see it made it much louder, so we got to be careful with that, okay? As I raise my Q, I click and I make this mountain steeper. It creates a lot of frequencies around one specific point, and that creates almost like that whistle sound that you might have heard there. So that's a quick introduction to all of our types of filters. If there's anything you need to rewatch, I encourage you to rewatch this video a couple times to make sure you understand it.